Your white balance right is a really important step if you're looking to achieve good, clean colours in your photos. For me, it's about creating a good base to work from. So addressing the white balance is one of the first things I'll do in my workflow. So first of all, I would go to my exposure, and I would, on this particular photo, bump it up to about 50, just so I can really see what I'm working with here. I can see the colours, I can see the shapes, everything just becomes a lot easier. I'm not squinting, struggling to recognise the colours in this photo. And you can see that I've picked this photo of my little girl on an overcast day. It's a grey day, which I actually quite like because colours tend to show truer on this kind of in this kind of weather. But yeah, my white balance feels a little bit off, and I'm going to try and correct that now. It's pretty good. It's quite close to how I remember her, and I know her face so well. I know what colours to expect in her skin tones and everything. But yeah, it still feels a little bit blue to me, and that's just something that I think you train your eye over the years to recognise certain colours in certain lighting situations. So I can see there's a little bit too much blue, I think, for her. So I could start by just sliding up to the warmer side of things, going really far over this way. Look, there's lots of yellow being added there. Conversely, if I go over this side, there's lots of blue being added. So I could do that just by eye, and that would probably be okay for me in this instance because the white balance isn't that off. But I can use the white dropper tool as well. So I'm going to go to her eyes for this. I usually like to sort of hunt around in the eyes for a target neutral. And I'm looking for the numbers across the bottom, the RGB numbers, to be as close to each other as possible. And I'm also looking at the navigator here because, as I mentioned, I've sort of trained my eye to be able to spot good colours. So when I'm hunting, I'm looking for those numbers to be quite close, but I'm also looking to see when it looks right in the navigator. So let's have a look over here. Look, we've got 50 and then 50.3. 56.1, that's pretty close. Could be better though. 56.1, 57.2, 64.1. Let's keep going. 50.4, 49. Let's keep going. I think 50.6. And if I can't find anywhere that's close enough, I can actually. Oh look, there's one that's quite good. That doesn't look right to me in the navigator. I'm going to keep going. 46.7, 47.2, 52.1. I'm actually going to click there and see how that looks. Okay, to me that looks a bit better. So it's a little bit warmer. Look, we've moved up to 6,200 and +3. That actually looks pretty good to me. So from this point, I think I could tweak further if I wanted to. Perhaps now there's slightly too much yellow in there, so I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. Probably leave it there. I'll probably tap that down to about 6,000, and then we've got the tint here at +3, so not too much magenta, not too much green. Look, if I move these this way, green, lots of green added here, lots of pink, magenta added there. But yeah, I like what Lightroom chose for me there, which was +3. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. To me now, that looks like a good clean base from which I can now work from and make further adjustments. Any colour corrections I make from this point on, by perhaps going into the HSL panel, will work better now because I've got that nice clean base from which to start working. My white balance is as close to correct as I think it should be. It looks right to me. This looks how I remember her. And yeah, it's just nice clean colours, which is what we're really looking for when we are looking to adjust our white balance. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, any questions, let me know.